Good morning. I hope. Hey everyone. Sienna, unexpected face. Oh, it's pretty expected. I think this is the face you all expected. Fancy seeing me here. Hi everyone. How we doing? My audio set up correct. Everything seems to be working. I'm not expecting any power outages today. Although I will warn everyone right now that our internet here has been all over the place. We lost it for half the day yesterday and lost it for a whole day last week. Best tasting chocolate bar. Yes, that is the topic for today. Best tasting chocolate bar. We'll get to that. Yes, I've unplugged. I don't have any mobile charger plugged in. I am charging my headphones. Can you hear any noise? So, okay, let's do roll call. And then we'll get started. So you're going to talk about flying tonight. Flying. Going to talk about burning. Okay. Oh, I'm on top chat. Oh well, that's okay. So, I'll see if I can get everyone. Good morning, Michael Stevens. Hello, Robert. So I've lost a whole lot of the chat. Sorry, but I'll get to everyone eventually. Hello, Station 240. Good morning, Essie. Excuse me. Oh. Good morning, Mark. Hello, Andy Mouse. Hey, Michael. Hey, DIY Projects. The putt's not picking machine. Yeah. Hello, Adam Bryant. Hey, Embedded Hobbyist. Hey, Tony McCann. Hello, James. That's James Ellsbrook. I think we might have a couple of Jameses today. Hey, Sven Musters. Yeah, I did lose a whole lot of chat, didn't I? Wow, that's annoying. Good morning, Henrik. Hey, Rutger. Rota. Hey, Didier. Ugh. My eyes get wobbly when I'm scrolling the screen. I don't know why. I need a high refresh monitor, maybe. Good morning, Johnny. Hey, Andy Calloway. Good morning, Benjamin. Scrolling. Hey, Zulu Bailey. Hello. Hi, Paul. Hi, Graham. I hope I'm not missing anyone. Good morning, Cable Tie. Hey, G Bound. Crazy Roops. Hello. I don't know why I always say your name that way. But, hello. Hello, Paul. Morning, Henrik. There's a few people waiting for the rant, more than I expected. I thought it was going to be a quiet stream today. Let's face it, not everyone gets off on a rant. Hello, GN. Hello, Rob. Hey, Kevin. Sorry, I was just reading a comment. Hi, Sienna. Hello, Andy Day. Hello, Rat Madness. Did I say hi to David? Hertz? I think I didn't. Hi, Albert. Butterfact. Haven't had butter for over a week. Butterfact. I had butter 2 days ago. Yum. Cheese and butter sandwich. It was awesome. Hello, George. The gang's all here. Yes, the gang is here. Hello, Sherlock Holmes. Hello, Kelsey. And Vladimir. And Bruce. And Ian. I feel like I'm Romper Room. You guys have Romper Room? Hello, Zoom. Hello, Absidy. Hello, Stephen Jung. DE. I assume that you're in Germany. Could be wrong. Did I say hi to David Hines? Dave? Don't know if I didn't. But, hi, yes, here. Hey, Kevin. I can't remember who I've said hi to. Oh, and it jumped. There we go. Hello, Flynn. Flynn has joined the chat. Hey, buddy. You might not want to be on the chat today. No, he does not watch. Hello, Jay. Hey, Majodi. Hey, Dren. Hey, Lawrence. That's how I had it, Kevin. I don't know. Oh, Dave Darko. Hello. And Mikey's Lab. Yeah, it jumped. I've missed a whole bunch of people. Oh, well. Hey, Shaq. Wow, more people joining. Faster than I can say hi. Hey, Devesh. Hey, did you call things? Hello. Yes, Melbourne is in full lockdown. Looks like they're even cancelling school. We'll get to that. Hey, Flynn. I know I need to go have a chat with Flynn. Not sure I want him on the chat today. Hello, Bruce. Hey, Helmet. Hey, Joe. God. Hey, Hojad. So many people. Crazy. Hey, Varon. RoboDick has a video about Charmhigh and me. Really? I didn't know that. I'll have to go take a look. Hey, Arturo. Right. Yes, Flynn is my son. By the way, everyone, Flynn, obviously, same surname, is my son. Hey, Dave. Hey, Arthur. Hey, Alex. Hello. Okay, I'm just going to say hello to people the whole day. This is quite a lot of people. No, you don't want me on MakerCast. Stephen Ludgate! Yo, yo, yo! What's up? Hey, buddy. I hope you're well. I hope your family's well. How many psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb? One, but the light bulb has to want to change. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Brian Locke is in the house. Flynn Maker, son of unaccepted Maker. Came for the comments. So. Hey, Jerry. The gang's all here. You missed the cookies. You need to make them famous on YouTube for Emma. Cookies. Hang on. Okay. Open new window. Emma made cookies. Let's check out Emma's cookies. Whoa, yum. That's not cookies. That's cake. That's borderline cake. Yum, yum. What flavors are they? Now I'm hungry. Oh. Hey, Julian. Why is this unexpected? It's unexpected to have you here for a rant. Not normally into a good rant, are you? Hello, Andy. Hey, Intimate Tech. Hey, Keys. Hey, John. American bread equals cake. Part of a balanced breakfast. Unexpected baking. So, oh, wow. I'll turn a second when I remember. Just had a thought and lost it. Hey, Marin. Then go get something to eat. Okay, thanks, Flynn. Is your Chinese laser cutter still in use, and have you done any modifications? We got 1, 2 already, and added a camera and software control air valve earlier today. Yeah, my laser cutter's fine, and I've not done any mods to it, and I can put a camera on it now because obviously Lightburn supports cameras. I just haven't got around to it. But I don't know what I'd use the camera for because I always stand next to my laser when it's cutting and I can look through and see what it's doing. So I've already had one laser fire. I'm not prepared to walk away from my laser cutter ever. So yeah, they're crispy, not soft. They're chocolate on the left, obviously. Chocolate on the left. And like buttery crunch on the right. Yum. Hey, Savage Electronics. Yum. Cookies for everyone. Hey, Hussein. I think, Mark, you need to start taking orders and shipping cookies for everyone. Okay. Seriously, it's making me hungry. I gotta stop looking at them. I gotta close the window. They're really yum. You know what the problem with snacking on a stream is that I'm the only one talking. So how do I eat and talk? Crumbs everywhere. Me talking with my mouth full. It'd be terrible. Paul's got a toothache. No. I still see, yeah, we've still got busted ceiling lights. Seriously, I don't care. I don't care. It's so low on my priority list. Is it your new project? Is what my new project? Hey John. Hello Roger. Just open, Mark's open Tindy store. Gonna sell cookies on Tindy. That's cool. Hello Photochromax. So, I don't even know when to start. I don't know where to start. I don't. And I wasn't even going to do this. I wasn't even going to stream. Today, I was going to take the day off. But shit hit the fan last night with Charmhigh. And I just... Ugh. But firstly, I want to say this. Let me say this. This has been all-consuming for me in the last while. I get that. Which means that it's been kind of the only thing I've been talking about on the channel, in my streams, really. And I haven't made a project video in a while, and I will. I'm going to get back to my normal videos, and I'm going to get back to my normal streams. But right now, I'm living this 24/7. Every day I walk into my office, I'm faced with this. So it's something I'm living through, barely, and so it's occupying all of my time, all of my thoughts, all of my brain power. And yeah, so for those that don't know, Victoria has had a big second stage outbreak through a lot of stupidity of some really, I'm not going to say what they are, people, and we're in lockdown again. Officially midnight tonight. So our Wednesday, we're in stage 3 lockdown again, basically. Don't leave the house unless you need to go to the doctors or you need to get food. And yeah, they're extending school holidays another week. And then it looks like, and that week they're going to be preparing for homeschooling again, and we're back to homeschooling again, which we have not recovered from. Which Yaz has not recovered from yet at all. And so, I mean, this only happened yesterday. We found out yesterday. We knew something like this was coming. Yaz has been predicting this for a couple of weeks now, and it sucks that she's right. Well, they closed the borders, but they're idiots. The rest of the country are absolute idiots because they think this is a Victorian problem. They think it's Victoria. It's not. This is going to hit them bad because people started holidaying again. People started travelling and holidaying. The second we got on top of this, and the second they started easing restrictions, the government stopped talking about people needed to keep social distancing, people needed to keep washing their hands. Like, the communication stopped. And so it was gone in everyone's brains. And so everyone started going on holidays and started doing things. And all the regional areas of Australia are going to get completely smashed. And it's going to spread back into the main cities. And Victoria's just the start. Everyone thinks that there's all Victoria. And like, Sydney's being smug, and they're like, New South Wales, they're closing the borders. We don't want you in here, blah, blah, blah. They're going to cop it. It's going to be everywhere. I'm predicting it now. This is not a Victorian issue. This is an Australian-wide issue. And, oh my God, it's going to get bad again. And we're in the middle of the winter. When I say bad, like, our medical system can deal with it now. Well, within reason. But, yeah, it's, so we're in lockdown, which is just... So our interstate planes were supposed, like Qantas, was supposed to start up again in July. Who knows when now? Now, what, next year, maybe? Yeah, anyway, so... Yeah, it's going to spread. It's going to go everywhere. So, I was sick last week. I thought I ran myself down, because I've been working ridiculous hours. But, it turns out I got a virus, right? So... you know, maybe because my immune system was run down, I don't know. So I actually got a COVID test on last Friday, because I had to go to the doctors anyway, and so we just got it out of the way. I didn't think I had it. The doctor was pretty sure I didn't, but we did the test anyway, which was not pleasant. Up the nose, into the brain. And yeah, I got my results back on Monday, and I'm all clear, which is fine. I just had still have, almost over. I just had a virus. They're not sure what virus it was, though. It wasn't any of the regulars. So yeah, Flynn's been sick. He's better now. Yuz has been sick. She's on the mend, and all is now got it, because we're spreading. Because we're stuck at home, right? We're spreading it around, but it's not COVID, which is great. It's just winter, right? I mean, I get sick, sinus and flu every winter. Same in the UK. I live in Cornwall this weekend. The main roads to Cornwall were rammed. We're expecting the same here. Yeah, people are being silly. I don't think that it was stupidity. The scale on which this has spread, I personally believe that no one will be able to avoid it. Right, but you can, like, people have literally stopped caring. Like, people are having conversations in the street that you can hear where people going, "Oh, I'm over it. I don't care anymore. Give me a hug." Right? Like, it's that mentality. Like, it's not about walking around with masks or anything. It's you know, I went up the road yesterday to get food, and there was this group of, I don't know, older teenagers or young adults, whatever, and there was like 11 of them just all hanging around together, like just bumping into each other and hitting each other. Like, they were just walking as a group up the street, like 11 people, where they were all rubbing shoulders. Like, it's just, yeah, the whole, it's gone out of everyone's heads. Yeah, they're acting like normal human beings, like there was no risk at all, you know. And unless all 11 of them live in the same house, which I doubt, like, you just don't do that. Did they find any SMD components up my nose? No, but I tell you what I found on my floor yesterday. Okay, so let's talk pick and place. Let's talk pick and place in no particular order. I don't want to, let's not talk COVID anymore. Let's not. Yeah. If anyone wants to know about that, just look on the news. So, it's not just the 8mm feeders I've got issues with. It's all of the feeders, including the back of the pick and place machine, right? So, I have an issue with the 12 and the 16mm feeders as well. And what happens with those feeders is, so I'm not regulating the air to those. I've not changed anything to do with the back bank, right? The air pressure, there's something wrong with it, with the machine. Now, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm just going to say Bulent. I don't know. Hello. Welcome. Bulent has an S1, a Neoden S1. I have some news about that as well. Anyway. So, there's something wrong with the air at the back of the machine. What makes the design of this machine so much different than the model that worked? Oh, it's a completely different machine. The original machine I had wasn't pneumatic feeders. They were worse, different feeders. This is a completely different type of machine, the way the feeders work. It uses pneumatic feeders. So, what happens with for an example, my 16mm feeder that has my Pico D4s is every time the pneumatic fires, the shutter opens, it gets apart, and then when the pneumatic turns off, the air turns off, it advances the tape, right? And it's got to advance it 3 steps. It's a 4mm pitch per step, and the spacing on the D4s is 12mm apart, right? So, hey Kitan. So, hey James. So it has to advance at 12mm, 3 steps. And what happens is, the U is oo. So okay. Bulent? I don't know. I'm just going to call you B. So, if I'm going to make a fool of myself, I'll be an idiot like that, right? So, what happens is, it'll feed a D4, pick it up, place it. It'll feed a D4, pick it up, place it. Then the next time it goes to feed it, it only moves 2 of the sprockets, not 3, or it only moves 8 millimeters, not 12, right? Like there's not enough air pressure to push the feeder, to push the next part. So then the next pickup, it fails to pick up, and then it fails to pick up. So it tries to pick up, it can't get it, but it pulls it out and flips it onto the floor. It can't get it, and it does that 3 times till it goes beep, 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 and errors, right? And I have to go and manually walk up to the feeder and advance it 1 sprocket, so 4 millimeters, to get it back to where it should be. And then it runs fine for 5 or 6 times, and then it does it again, and it starts spewing out D4s. So this is what I picked up off the floor yesterday. And I can't get to where the rest of them are. This is yesterday's haul. Alright, there's at least 5 or 6 underneath there that I can't get to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, whatever. 30 of them. So 30 D4s, it's thrown on the floor in 1 day. Sorry, my lights are flickering on and off. That's just 1 day, right? And I can't even get to the ones underneath. So that's yesterday's CP2104s. Again, I can't find the rest of them on the floor because they're black. They're upside down on my floor, and I can't see them that colour because that's the colour of my carpet. So, and I can't get under there. So what I'm doing, I'm lying on the floor sideways with a torch, with my hand rammed under the pick and place machine, trying to pick up the parts. Can I put them in parts trays? Well, I can. I'll use these. I'll hand place them. It's fine. So I've already hand placed 7 panels of D4s already. So that means that I would pick and place the boards without the D4s, right? And then I'd manually, wow, those lights are really going to go. And then I'll manually add the D4s on by hand after I pick and place. I've done that on 7 panels. So 7 times 15. Someone else can do the maths. I don't know. 105 I've done that on already. Like, talk about ridiculous wastage. Like, anyway. So it's not just my 8mm feeders. It's not just my front bank. It's all of it. So Charmhigh got back in. What? Hey Jim, have I missed any comments? I get a coat and soaked cloth and mail it to. No, hey, that's not nice, Shaq. No, I don't wish anyone harm. I wish to destroy their business, but not. I don't wish anyone harm. Charmhigh solution, use a white carpet. Yeah. Had any failures from static zap? No, I haven't. The parts get put back into anti-static containers, and they sit in anti-static containers until they get used. So, yeah. I won't even talk about the front. Sorry, I haven't changed my thing back. I won't even talk about the front underneath, where there's, honestly, when you shine a torch under there, it's like there are a million little gems under there. They're all like, honestly, there are thousands of parts on my floor, like resistors and caps and diodes and FETs and stuff underneath the front that I haven't vacuumed up yet. I will at some stage, but I want to see them all before I vacuum. I want to, like, I don't know how I can take a photo or something. Anyway, so Charmhigh got in touch with me after Naomi's video. It took them a week, right? That flickering light, everyone, is just my RGB LED strip here is on the way out. There's just something wrong with it. Use newspaper under it like any other leaking. That's actually funny. I should. I'm just going to... Sorry about the lighting. I want to see if I can... No, it's now not turning back on again. Okay, well, it's a bit dark in here now because... Oh, no, it is back on. I want to see if I can stop it from flickering. If enough fall, they'll create their own circuits. That's really funny. It sounds like you need to put a big plastic tray under the pick and place. Well, yeah, there's not enough room under there. Anyway, so So Charmhigh got in touch with me a week after Naomi's video. They were very upset by the video. Surprise, surprise. And the conversation started off really badly. It started off along the lines of, so, what issues have you got with your machine? This is after I'd spent 6 days listing all the issues and sending them videos and screenshots of everything, right? Yeah, Naomi was fantastic for doing that. She really was. So they started the conversation off very badly. So it's just the SOT 23 parts, is it? No. It's also the 0402 parts. Oh, but just the plastic? No. Paper tape as well. Oh, you have an issue with paper tape too, do you? Yes, I sent you videos showing you I have issue with paper tape as well. Oh, okay. So it's just the 2mm pitch feeders. No, and the 4mm. Oh, you have issues with the 4mm. Like, this is how the conversation started. Like, and I'm just going, what the... Like, I said... So this is all with Kimmy, right? I didn't name any names before. I'm naming names now, and you'll understand why in a moment. This is all with Kimmy. Okay, Kimmy, go back and read this conversation. It's all in this conversation. Go back and read it and watch all the videos again, and stop wasting my time, I said to her. So I got all of this, oh, sorry, maybe the video didn't come through, or blah, 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 all these excuses, whatever. So we get to the point of, okay, so how are we going to solve this, she said. I said, simple, I want a full refund. That's it, I want a full refund. She goes, well, okay, I'll look into a full refund, but maybe we can solve it by giving you electric feeders. I said, I don't want electric feeders, I want a full refund. This has been my line the whole time. Full refund or nothing, right? So for a week and a half, they stuffed me around, right? Completely stuffed me around. And it turns out that Kimmy does not work for Charmhigh. Kimmy is their agent, right? For those that are not aware, the way things normally work in China is that people who buy off an agent, and the agent represents the company. It's like a salesperson, but not employed by the company, right? So she gets commission or whatever she gets. So she's not even in a position of authority to discuss a solution with me. And what it also means is that she has the ability to hide things from Charmhigh. So, she's been dealing with me in bad faith from the start. Simple as that. In no way she ever disclosed this with me. And when I finally challenged her on it and said, you're just an agent, aren't you? She said, yes, I'm just an agent. I said, you don't have authority to discuss this with me. She goes, I'm speaking with the Charmhigh bosses. I said, but you don't have authority. You're just a middle person. Put me in touch with someone who will speak to me about it, who has authority, right? And she won't. And what's more is, Charmhigh won't speak to me directly. And how do I know that? Because I was given Charmhigh's details on WeChat, and I contacted them, and waited 4 days and got no reply. They asked for me to contact them. Got no reply, and when I messaged back saying, see, this is the same behaviour that I'm getting from Kimmy, like this is disgraceful, I finally got a reply back saying, what solution do you want? I said, you know what I want a full refund. She goes, they said, you have to deal with Kimmy. I said, but Kimmy's your agent, Kimmy has no authority. You have to deal with Kimmy. They don't care. They're throwing her under the bus, and they will not deal with me. Yet she has no authority at all, right? So here's the interesting thing, and so I sent them a full-on message last night, right? Because it all came to a head last night. I lost my shit, right? And I've basically burnt all the bridges now. But I said to them last night, basically, I'm just letting you know that you're probably not even aware of all the business that Kimmy has lost, because she can hide that from you, right? When Kimmy's doing a deal with someone and they back out, you don't even know that deal could have been happening or not, right? Until the order goes through, They don't know what conversations are being had. So I'm just letting you know that I personally know of at least 11 deals that have now not happened for Charmhigh because of this. At least 11. So if Kimmy's been hiding that from you, you now are aware of it. So here's the thing. This is, well, no, my invoice from Charmhigh, it's an official Charmhigh invoice. It doesn't matter whether it was done through her as an agent or not. The fact is, the machine was sold to me by Charmhigh. My invoice is from Charmhigh. The machine is Charmhigh. So I'll explain to you guys in a moment why I lost my shit yesterday, why I'm burning it down. But now I lost my train of thought. Ugh. Oh my god. There's been so okay. Well, I'll talk. Here we go. So the conversation a week and a half ago, it went bad. It went to shit because she got really angry with me. Kimmy got really angry with me, telling me that I was, you know, the most difficult person in the world to deal with, and you know, blah 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 blah, and she's trying to help, and I'm not willing to help. I just want my money back, blah blah blah. And I kept saying to her, "There's nothing you can help with. Like, there's a problem with the machine, whether it's the machine, whether it's whatever it is. I bought a solution from you. I didn't buy a machine from you and then went and got my own feeders. I bought a solution from you, and the solution doesn't work. Not even close. And you guys refuse to admit that there's a problem with the machine, and they're prepared to admit that all the feeders are faulty. Come on. Really? 48 feeders. All the feeders are faulty, right? And they're prepared to send me 36 electric feeders. Hey, Fred. Hey, Rob. But that doesn't help me, and I'll explain why it doesn't help me in a moment. Well, they just call her an agent. I don't know. Hey, James, I don't know, inbound or whatever, but she's just an agent. Like, she's represents them. Yeah. So, hey, Kuka737. Hi to anyone that I missed saying hi to. So that all kind of went really badly, and then, like, she cracked the shits with me. Like, full on cracked the shits with me. Like, she was rude, she was insulting, she was derogatory towards me, full on, right? And I stopped communicating with her. And the reason I stopped communicating with her is Naomi told me something quite interesting. So Naomi said that it's a common Chinese sales tactic to stall. They stall and they stop communicating for long periods of time, and they do it to frustrate the person into submission, right? So I say I want A, they offer me B, and then they stop replying. And they wait till I get so frustrated that I accept B. Yeah? So Kimmy told me this, Naomi told me about this, and I thought, well, I'm not in a hurry, really. Like, there's nothing that I can do today or tomorrow or next week that's going to change my current circumstances, right? So I just did the same thing back. I just stopped talking to her. Days went by, nothing. Then I get a message back from her apologizing. Totally apologizing, and basically asking, begging, and when I say begging, I'm being serious. I've got it all in writing. Begging me to accept her apology and forgive her, because she obviously got rolled over the coals for it, right? And the things that she said to me, like, I don't want to share them, because I don't want to share them, but let's just say it was submissive to the point of ridiculous, right? I'm not going to share what it was, but it was horrifyingly submissive in the apology, asking me, begging me to accept the feeder solution. Right? Like, floored me. And I thought to myself, okay, there's something weird going on here. Like, why is she doing this? Why is this happening? And the deal she offered me was, we'll send you electric feeder. If it solves the problem, we'll send you the other 35. If it doesn't solve the problem, we'll give you a refund. That's what, I've got that in writing from her. Right? And I thought to myself, that's bullshit. This is more stalling. So I said to her, you're just stalling me. You're stalling, not going to work. Right? Full refund or nothing. And I kept pushing back, and she was getting more and more submissive in the stuff that she was saying, begging me to accept the feeder solution. And in the end, I blankly said, no. I said, you're lying to me, Kimmy. You're once again, you're lying, and you're dealing in bad faith with me right now, and you're doing it to stall me because you are not going to ever give me a refund, are you? Right? And she wouldn't reply, and I kept pushing, and she finally said, yes, that is correct. There is no refund. And I said, but you just offered me a refund if the electric feeder doesn't work to my satisfaction. She goes, but we know it will work to your satisfaction. I said, but you've got it in writing here that you'll give me your refund. And she goes, but it will work to your satisfaction. Like, again, just ignore, right? And I said, forget it. No, not happening. Full refund or nothing, right? And I let it go, and I stopped talking. So this was last week. Like, it's just ridiculous. They're just lies. It's lies and lies and lies. So this week it started again. We'll just give you the 36 feeders. I said, and what about the 16 millimeters? And what about the 12 millimeter that doesn't work? And I said, and what about all the other issues? What other issues? So this is where it went to last night. I almost accepted the 36 feeders, electric feeders. And I'll tell you why I almost accepted the 36 feeders before I tell you what happened last night. They're not going to give me a refund. Newton, please don't. Newton 213. Yeah, don't do that, please. So I'm missing any comments. Did you? I am watching the chat as I'm talking, but I'm losing track of what I'm saying when I'm reading. We had. So, oh, hello, Charmhigh. Is that really Charmhigh? No, we have finished the conversation, Charmhigh. Look, Charmhigh's in the chat, everyone. We have finished the negotiations. You don't think we have, but we have. If you want to do this publicly, I'll do this publicly with you. Quite happy to do this publicly with you, if that's what you want. But this is going to look very badly for you. I've told you we've finished the negotiations. Full refund or nothing. Because it's constant lies from everyone. So this is what happened last night. This is what happened. Now, I'll tell you why they won't refund. I don't know if it's Kimmy. I don't know who it is. I don't know who's on the chat right now. If it is Charmhigh directly, which I doubt because they're cowards, because they hide behind Kimmy, and I have that in writing from them. They won't talk to me directly. They only want me to deal with Kimmy. So the reason they won't give me a refund, which I understand, although it's not my problem, is sending the machine back to China is going to cost them a fortune. And there's no guarantee that it can go into the country. So China have this rule that they can't import stuff like this into China, right? And because it's used, the chances are the Chinese government will just destroy it on entry, right? They're not allowed to bring it into the country. Well, this is not used. This is faulty, and it's being returned as faulty, right? So they could pay a fortune to ship it back and then actually lose the machine on entry. But none of that's my problem at all. I offered that I'll destroy it for them. If they don't want to pay to send it back and potentially lose it, I'm happy to destroy it for them. right? But they don't want to accept that. So that's why they won't offer me a refund. They say they can't afford it, it's too expensive. So this is what happened last night, and this is what really pissed me off. So the factory settings on this machine are screwed, right? So the second I got the machine, I've said this from the start, right? I've all documented that nozzle one, there's four heads, right? So I'll call them nozzles, but 4 heads. Nozzle one, the alignment of where it is with the camera, where it picks up in places is perfect. Nozzle two, when you tell it visually, like on the camera it looks perfectly aligned, but when you tell it to place a part at a certain point, it's out 2 millimeters. That's more than the size of an 0402 component, right? So it cannot, nozzle 2 cannot place an 0402 component on the pads correctly, right? Nozzle 3 is about 1 millimeter out, and nozzle 4 keeps rotating randomly on a different direction. I can place 15 parts in a row with nozzle 4, like my D4s, and every single one of them will be placed in the right position on a slightly different angle on the one panel. So there's something loose, right? Whatever. So when you go to the screen to calibrate the positions of the heads, right, it takes the heads to a place on the machine that is totally incorrect, where you can't calibrate the heads, right? So it's supposed to take it to where the PCB area is, and you put a PCB under it. I know the process to calibrate it. That's not the issue. The issue is that the factory settings for this machine doesn't put the heads in a place that it can be calibrated, which means it was never calibrated. It was never calibrated at the factory. Or if it was calibrated, it was never checked. So this machine did not go through quality control. Now, if all of the heads were out of alignment, right, by roughly the same amount, then I'd accept that as, okay, it got knocked during shipping. Something went out of alignment during shipping. That I'd accept. But nozzle 1's perfect. Perfect. But 2, 3, and 4 aren't. They're all on the same, they're all attached to one thing. It's one box that moves together. So how can they be out individually? They can't. And the fact that the position to calibrate them is totally wrong means it was never calibrated. So I said that to her last night. I said, this machine was not calibrated. Yes, it was. Then it was not checked by QA, because it can't have been, because it's wrong. Yes, it was checked by QA. Absolutely checked. Nothing wrong with the machine. So this is what I got back. Maybe you changed the settings by accident. No, I didn't change the settings. I've never touched the settings. Okay. Maybe you changed them and you misunderstood and you didn't realize. No, I haven't changed the settings. I haven't touched them. It was not me. These are the same settings that they've always been. Well, you do know that maybe it shifted when it was sitting in customs. Like it was in customs for a while. I said, what? Okay, so it was sitting in customs. So what shifted? So just to be clear, it's between 8 and 10 centimeters away from the calibration point. Like the place it needs to be to calibrate those heads, it's over 8 centimeters away. It's not out 1 millimeter or 3 millimeters or 10 millimeters. It's not even close to a place that it can be calibrated. I said, how's it going to move 8 centimeters sitting in customs? Or how's it even going to move 8 centimeters when it's being shipped? It was all locked down. It was all taped together. There was no movement. The fact is, it was never calibrated. So what did I get back from that? Well, maybe you just misunderstood and you broke the settings by accident. No, Kimmy, you're calling me a liar now. Now you're telling me I'm a liar. You won't admit it wasn't done properly, but I'm a liar. Like, you can't be a liar, but only I'm a liar. I'm not calling you a liar, I just think you misunderstood. No, I didn't. She goes, what's the deal anyway? I've showed you how to fix it. I said, the issue isn't that it can be fixed. I don't care that it can be fixed. This machine has problems, lots of problems, and I'm telling you it did not go through QA. It was not checked. The PCB origin point is wrong. It's not even close. It's 7 millimeters away from the corner of where a PCB fits in the machine. Your nozzle calibration positions not only are wrong, but the place it calibrates from is totally wrong. I know these can be fixed. It's not the point. At what stage are you going to stop blaming me and say, okay, there's a problem with the machine? No problem with the machine. It's not our machine. It's the feeders. Oh, and I just said, stop. I've had enough of you calling me a liar, Kimmy. I've had enough of you putting all the blame on me when I have proof, undeniable proof, that this machine did not get calibrated properly and was not checked properly. And what else is wrong with the machine? The back feeders aren't working properly. The front feeders. Folks, thank you all for your super chat. Sorry, I apologize. I haven't thanked anyone. There was a super chat that happened earlier. Is it still there? There it is. Bruce, thank you so much. Sorry, I'm trying to stay on my train of thought. Thank you. Tony, thank you heaps. I really appreciate it. Andre, thank you. Last time I asked this, your power cut out. Let me try again. Do you think the air feeders can work at all? I cannot dial in with a regulator and individual inline valves. I cannot dial in the front properly. I've got it better, but not good enough. I'm still fixing 60 parts per board, per panel. Every panel, I'm still flipping parts around, turning things around. And I've dialed and dialed as best I can. I can't dial the back at all, because the second I touch the back, my big feeders don't fire anymore. They don't properly fire, right? Which means I can't put any 8mm feeders on the back of my machine. So I'm now stuck with 30 spots for the front for 8mm feeders, and that's all I can use. So I got a 60 feeder machine, and I can only use 30 feeders. Like like this machine's never going to come good. It's never going to come good. So the reason I didn't want to take the feeders is, what am I going to do? The electric feeders. What am I going to do then? I'll have 36 electric feeders. I need more than 36 feeders, right? I'll have 36 electric feeders, and I'll be tied in to having to give them more money for more feeders when I need more feeders, right? And it doesn't solve my 12mm feeders, and it doesn't solve my 16mm feeders, and it doesn't solve the fact that I get rotating parts when I shouldn't, and it doesn't solve the fact that there is something wrong with this machine. Like, I don't want this machine. I don't know how else I can explain it to them. I don't want them to solve this machine, right? So, hang on, let me just drink my coffee. I need to take a breath. I'm so sorry. I feel like I've been ignoring the chat. Would you accept a higher space machine from Charmhigh if offered? No, I don't want anything from Charmhigh. I don't want to deal with Charmhigh at all. Charmhigh said, please accept electric feeders. Great. It'll fix the pick problems. And what about my 12mm feeders? And what about my 16mm feeders? What about those? I'm looking at the Neoden 8. I think I'm going to buy myself a Neoden 8. That's got some other concerns for me. That's a whole different conversation. Right? Like, so here's the thing. Charmhigh, they're messing with my business, and they're messing with my livelihood. Right? It's as simple as that. And there is no solution they're offering me that is a total solution to the issues. Right? So 36 electric feeders will help me with 60% of my problems. The Neodan 8 is much more advanced than the S1, so just letting everyone know the S1 is no longer available. I'm not talking about the one in Sydney. Neodan aren't selling the S1 anymore. That's all I'm going to say on the topic. The S1 is no longer a product on their range. Okay. Thanks, Kuka. You're saving me the make even of a Charmhigh. So the S1 is no more. It's not in their range anymore. It's been discontinued. It's a comment. Yeah, I was wondering if you'd still be there, B. But yes, yes, they're still supporting the people that have got them and honouring warranty and stuff. Look, I can't say what I know about it. I'm sorry, I can't. Not yet. Not until things happen. But the S1 is no longer being sold by Neodan. Now, no, Neodan and Charmhigh are different leagues. Different leagues. The Neodan 8, on paper, is a fantastic machine, but they've made some design decisions that I'm not overly enthralled about. Oh, Dave Darko, thank you so much, mate. You got a raise? Awesome. You can collect all the parts that fall on the ground. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks, Dave. So, what Neodan have done with their 8, which has me a little bit worried, although so far it looks really good, is they've got rid of the on-the-fly cameras, on-the-fly vision, right? So on the Neodan 7, every head has got its own camera using mirrors, and so it's constantly aligning the part as it takes it to the board. So it doesn't take it to a camera, align it, and then have the opportunity for it to change as it goes to the board. The Neodan 8 doesn't have that anymore. They're doing it all through one camera, which sounds really bad, but what they've done is they've developed a system where it doesn't stop on the camera. So the problem with moving to a camera and then moving to the board, which is what the Charmhigh has badly, suffers from this big time, is that it picks up the part, it takes it to the camera, it accelerates and then decelerates and stops at the camera, right? Potentially moving the part. It aligns it, and then it accelerates and moves it to the board and stops and places it, and during the move to the board, the part can change again, right? What the Neodan 8 does is it never stops the movement. So you have to have a look at the videos. It basically picks the parts and moves to the camera and fixes them all and places them, and there's never any acceleration or deceleration, which means there's never a chance that the parts can shift from the acceleration up and down, right? Which is quite ingenious. And it's really fast, so it doesn't stop, wait, move, stop, wait, move. It's extremely fast. But it's a design technology that I've never seen in real life, and it worries me a little bit, right? So, but all the videos and everything looks awesome. So I'm thinking I'm going to go for a Neodan 8. I'm not even reading the Charmhigh comments because, you know, you can say you're not a cheat company all you want. You sold me a faulty machine and I want my money back. As simple as that. So I'm asking everyone here. So this is what this is about. I'm asking everyone. I didn't do it on my last video. Kind of did, but kind of didn't. I know a lot of people stepped up and said that they weren't going to deal with Charmhigh or whatever else. And again, I'm now actively asking everyone to boycott Charmhigh. Like, unless they give me a refund, I'm asking everyone to boycott Charmhigh. And I'm asking everyone to speak to everyone that they know in the industry, in the makerspace, anyone that would ever consider getting a pick and place machine, to boycott Charmhigh. Don't give them any business. Don't give them your business. I know it's a big ask for me. I know, because I know there are people out there that it might be the only financial fit for them, for their requirements. I get that, and if you have no choice, you have no choice. But I'm asking You know, don't send them messages. Like, I don't think they care, honestly. I don't think they read them. You know what I mean? But they've dealt with me in bad faith this whole time. Bad faith. I mean, Neoden have smaller machines in their range. KO have similar small machines. There are other sellers on AliExpress that have the same type of machine. Like Charmhigh don't design these machines. They're a reference design that they build, right? They might do some modifications to make it their own, but it's a reference design, right? There are other companies that sell these machines. Buy from one of those companies. Don't give your business to Charmhigh. Not until they give me a refund. Because if they think they can't afford to give me a refund, my aim in life now, honestly, for the foreseeable future, is to make whatever they would have lost in giving me a refund pale in comparison to what they lose in business. It's as simple as that. That's my mission for now. It's not what I wanted to do with my channel. I did not want to turn my channel into a non-maker channel and into a rag on Charmhigh channel, but I'm going to, for the time being. I'm absolutely going to. I'm apologizing to everyone in advance because I really just want to make stuff. Okay? I really just want to... What I don't want to do is spend 12 hours every day making 4 hours worth of boards on my pick and place machine. Right? Like, it's not even running 50% as good as it should. And it's not even running... I was making more boards on my 36 VA in a day than I can make on this machine. Right? And the good news is I'm over the halfway point on my production. 3 weeks of 7 days a week of 10 to 12 hours every day is what I've done. And I've just, as of yesterday, just got over the halfway point of this production. Right? And if I'm going to have to live this for another 3 weeks, 10 or 12 hours a day, fighting this machine, then I'm going to rant and rant about Charmhigh. Thanks, Michael. Like, I just... What's OBS? What are you saying, OBS question mark? I don't know what that is. Hey, thank you, Fred, for the super chat. Yeah, I just, that's it. I told them last night. I said I'm going to make it my mission. I'm going to make it my mission to ruin their business like they're ruining mine, because, you know, none of this is news to them. Like, this is it's just ridiculous. Like, I don't understand their thinking at all. They just refuse to even consider for a second that there might be a problem with this machine. They're blaming anything they can, including me. And I'm done. I'm done. Should I have taken the feeders? Could I have made my life easier with the electric feeders? Absolutely. Absolutely. Did it give them a get out of jail free card? Absolutely. You know, am I what's the expression? Cutting my nose off to spite my face? To make a point, to make a stance? Probably. Without a doubt. Right? This was bought directly... Well, I bought this directly from Charmhigh. Turns out I bought it from their agent. Although she acts like she's Charmhigh and she talks like she's Charmhigh and the invoice is from Charmhigh and there's no indication at all that she's an agent. You have to give yours a fair chance, Zero. You have no choice because you've invested a whole lot of money on your machine. And I hope yours works okay. I'm not saying every 560 is like this. I'm not saying that. There are other people out there that have had better experiences with their machines. But this machine is effed. Without a doubt. Just how much more proof do I need to show them? But no. They just shove it back on me like it's my fault. Yeah, there's no warranty with China. There's no responsibility. Hey Tim, will the fitters even turn up if the aim was to just stall? Who knows? Who knows if they'll turn up? Who knows if they'll work? You know, like, I don't know. Right, if every 5... Exactly. But the fact is, this one is screwed. Like, seriously. Like, I know I'm no expert. I've never claimed to be an expert on anything, right? But I'm pretty sure I know what works and doesn't work on this machine. And I'm pretty sure this machine is screwed. And the feeders, all the feeders, doesn't matter what it is. The agent's in China. It's all in China. So I hope Zero's machine's fine. I really do. I don't want anyone else to have to go through this. The 36VA had stacks of problems, which is why I didn't want to make boards anymore. Right? I mean, for the price range, sure, it might be the best bang for buck, but it's painful. Pull tape issues all the time. It depends on the parts you're using. Pull tape issues. It can't do the small parts properly. Right? Did you get that $2,000 or the feeders? What $2,000? Aaron, there's no point emailing them. They don't care. They don't care. I don't even think they read the things. I'm not sure what $2,000 you're talking about. 36 electric feeders is about $10,000 Australian, according to their pricing. Now the machine's not running. It can't run OpenPNP. OpenPNP is not fully working on the smaller Charmhighs yet, but it's not for this machine. Different machine. Don't take the half-bake offer, stick with it. Right. Like, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not taking, like, they can send me the feeders and a refund. Whatever. You said they owed you... Oh, no, I got that money back. I got that money back, but I had to keep asking and asking and asking and reminding them that they promised to do it and asking. And it took a few more days, but they finally did it. Yep. Thanks, Dean. Thanks, mate. So this is the 560 P4. There's also a 530 P4 that has only 30 feeders. Like... Oh, the other thing is my 24mm feeders leak air. So does it stop them from working? No. But every time they fire, you can hear all the air leaking out from where they plug into the machine, right? Both of them, no matter how tight I make them, they both leak. So, you know, so basically my 24mm, my 16mm, my 12mm feeders don't work properly, and none of my 8mm feeders work properly. And they're prepared to say that it's all the feeders that are faulty, but their solution doesn't fix my 12, my 16, or my 24. I just... None of their solutions... Yeah, the S1 is really stopped. It is. It is. But just... I'll speak to you offline. B, just don't stress yet. I'll speak to you offline. Okay? I can't publicly talk about what I know. I'm sorry, everyone. I can't... It's not my information to share. Right? I hope you all respect that. I'll share it with B because he's got an S1. Right? But if it's not my information, I can't share it. I'm sorry. And when I'm allowed to, I will. Yeah, but so there's no S1, and although the S1 is in Sydney still, and I could get the S1, because it's no longer a machine that Neoden are selling, I don't want to buy a machine that is end of life already, right? We shouldn't understand things. I think for now, spreading the word of the official Unspectrum videos and boycotting them. Yeah, that's yeah. Don't send them messages, please, because they won't read them. They don't care. They've shown me they don't care. They say they care under the guise of forcing me into a solution that I don't want. Right? Like forcing me into a solution that suits them and not me isn't them caring. It's them not doing the right thing. You know, yeah. And it's just, they're just dealing in bad faith the whole time. And Charmhigh official are just hiding behind Kimmy. They just won't deal with me. They're telling me to deal with Kimmy. Like they're putting her up as a barrier. They're manipulating what she has to say to me. And they're and they're hiding behind what I say back. Does that make sense? Like, it's just deceitful. It's deceitful. Like, they just don't have the balls. I'm going to say it. Like, they just don't have the balls to do the right thing. And I don't know. Like, you know, I posted on Twitter about this, and I hashtagged, like, burn them, ruin them, right? And someone on Twitter wrote back saying, those hashtags are really harsh. You know what I mean? And I thought to myself, well, no, they're not. Like, honestly, like, I walk in this office every morning thinking to myself, like, I don't even want to walk in this office and look at this machine in the morning, but I have no choice. Like, how is it any different what they're doing to me? Like they're directly affecting my livelihood. So how's that any different? Yeah. Wow, 310 concurrent viewers. That's pretty cool. I honestly thought I'd get very little viewers today because I know people are over me ranting, but so I've looked at the KO A4. The A4 is too small for me as a replacement. I don't want the A4. The A4 is kind of this level. If I'm going to buy something else, so the KO, again, a Chinese company, and their machines are, again, mostly the reference design ones. The difference with KO is they put the machines together and they do their own software. So when they sell you a solution, they sell you the both sides, right? So they can support the machines properly. But they're also more expensive, considerably more expensive, right? And do much better quality than Charmhigh for sure. But at that level of machine, I think I'm more, at that price point, it's actually more expensive than for me to buy the N8. And I think I'd rather the N8, personally. I think the N8's going to future-proof me more. The N8 does 0201, 0402, can do electric and pneumatic feeders, so I don't want to make my own pick-and-place machine, Chris. Sorry, mate, that's not what I want to do at all. I did come to your channel for working P&P videos, so hopefully we can turn that at one point. I'd love to show you working P&P videos. I would like nothing more to, this is going to sound bad, to show off awesome P&P videos. You know what I mean? Like, I would like nothing more. I love watching awesome pick-and-place machine videos, right? I would love to do that. I can't on this machine. I just can't. So, yes, who just mentioned that? So, QIHE, I can't remember, I don't know how to pronounce it. Right, buy them. Buy one of those. Similar design to the Charmhigh, but not Charmhigh. Buy one of those. Buy as small as SMT. They're in Germany. Their machines are more expensive. They get made in China, but they get made for this company, Smalls SMT in Germany. You buy them from them. They supply the software. They support it. It's their machine made for them, and they sell, buy one of those. There are a lot of options out there to buy machines other than Charmhigh. Don't buy a Charmhigh. Please don't buy a Charmhigh. Buy one from BitLooney, buttery smooth. Yeah, I'm being locked down by lockdown, and I'm being locked down by this pick and place machine. Unexpected boycott. Hey, Clifford. Yeah, I mean, this could have been a big positive for Charmhigh. Had they have done the right thing, yeah, I don't know. If they would have done the right thing by me, then this could have been a massive positive spin from them. I would love an SM Tech machine. I don't have $160,000. I wish I did. I also can't afford a Juki pick and place machine, and I can't afford to buy a second-hand one. Firstly, they're really expensive in Australia because they're very short supply. But the problem with buying a second-hand Juki or Yamaha or something is the cost of maintaining it. Like, you need to basically then pay the company that you buy it from a service agreement to maintain it, because I've got no ability to maintain that level of pick and place machine. I don't have the expertise or the knowledge to do it. And so by the time you pay for a second-hand Juki or Yamaha or something in Australia and then pay a service level agreement, it's way more expensive than buying an N8 or something, right? And I understand that, like, the Neodan, the N8 is still, look, it's still a Chinese machine. It's made in China. It's, you know, it might not be made with the lowest quality parts, but it's definitely, it's not made to be cheap, but it's obviously made to be affordable. I understand that. Like, that's the expectation when you buy from China, right? But I expect that what I buy works. I expect that it does what they say it can do. I expect that it does at least 80% of what they say it can do, right? And I expect that when I get it, if there's a problem, the people will work with me to fix the problem. But to fix the problem, they need to acknowledge the problem first, right? And Charmhigh won't acknowledge the problem. Charmhigh are all about, but you can do this, this, and this. But all of it avoids the fact that there's a problem with this machine. And if they won't accept there's a problem with the machine, they won't actually fix the problem. They're just going to get Band-Aid on Band-Aid on Band-Aid. So I said you had issue with the Neodan, but they stepped in and dealt with it. Absolutely. And by the way, my Iron 6... Okay, let's talk about the Iron 6 quickly. It's working. I'm using my... Moving camera. My Iron 6, which is at the... Well, down over there. It's going to go into the garage now that it's working. I'm now using that for my high and low temp reflow. All of my reflowing is being done on my Iron 6. So, and I'm happy to work through, to tell you all about it, right, again. So, there is a fault with the machine. But I can work around the fault. I've worked out how to work around it, and Neodan have offered me the parts to fix it, because obviously I have to... Yeah, it's not that small. It's far away. They've offered me the parts to fix it whenever I want, right? But for now, I'm not going to do it, because I have to pull the whole machine apart, right? I need to basically pull it apart and swap out some heaters and thermocouples. It's a massive job. I've worked around the issue, and I've got it reflowing, and at any point I want, they'll send me the replacement parts, right? And that is all I ask for from a company, right? That's all I ask for. They go, yep, there's a problem, these are the parts you need to fix it, and give me the choice of what I want to do. That's it. Like, that's not hard, right? Or if they go, you know what, yep, there's a problem, but we can't, like, you can't fix it, like, there's nothing we can give you to fix it, then replace it. Or give me my money back, which is an option with Neodan. The fact is, I want this oven. I want to use this Iron 6. I bought it because I want to use it, right? and I've got it working. And the only reason it took so long, honestly, is I haven't had time. Right? I had time on the weekend because I was sick. As I mentioned at the start of the stream, I was pretty unwell. And I was also waiting on parts from LCSC, which arrived yesterday. So I couldn't build any tiny picos, and I wasn't going to spend time in bed. So I spent the whole day on Saturday mapping out the issue with the machine and working out how I could work around it. And I did. And I'm getting awesome reflow out of it. Beautiful. Beautiful quality reflowing, front and back. See if I can show you. It's everything I hoped it would be. It just took a little while to get there. Bit yellowy, the lighting, sorry. So you look at the back, so that's high temp. High temp on the back. There's like no flux. A beautiful reflow, burnt all the flux away. Right? And here's my low temp on the front. As you can see, beautiful, shiny. Doesn't burn all the flux away on the low temp just because it doesn't get hot enough. Right? Beautiful reflow. So it took me all day to tune the machine to do it, which is no big deal. And now I make a board, I whack it on the conveyor belt, and I walk away. Whack it on, walk away. Comes out the other end. Beautiful. I mean, they still need ultrasonic cleaning. I still wouldn't send them out this way. But that's okay. You know what I mean? So it's the Iron 6 is working. Hey, Mr. Watts, and hey, Alan, and whenever I have the time, right, I probably will replace the heater and the thermocouple, and that's it. And they'll send it to me whenever I want, no problem. But Charmhigh, no such luck. They want to do the least possible to solve the least amount of my issues, and I can't, and they keep just putting the blame on me. And while they're going to keep putting the blame on me, I'm going to just keep refusing their solutions, because I'm just like, really, like, it's just insulting. It's totally insulting. Okay, so what other news can I tell you? What other news? Well, hang on, we're still on. just quickly. I mean, this is how ridiculous, right? This is how ridiculous. Let's get back to here. So I had to hand assemble all of these yesterday. I mean, there was I did 8. There's just 5 of them. I've already pulled some of them apart, right? These are my IPS display screens. Look at that, really nice reflowing. Anyway, I had to hand assemble these. Why? Because the pick and place machine was just throwing the parts everywhere. It could not. So this is all 0603 and a SOT23. And these parts are on the back of the feeder. They're on the back because I've got no room on the front, because my tiny picos are fully loaded on the front, right? And I can't move those because of the machine. So on the back, 3 different 0603 parts and a SOT23, and it could not pick them up and place them. Seriously. So I spent yesterday morning hand assembling panels with a $17,000 pick and place machine sitting behind me, sitting there doing nothing. I mean, that's just, if that doesn't explain my frustration, I don't know what does. I would not buy an Iron 6 to cook pizzas. No. Can you explain the difference between high and low temp reflow, apart from the obvious? Well, in my case, yeah. So I've got, because it's a double-sided board. Now, you don't have to do this. You can use the same paste on both. But because it's a double-sided board, I put the RAM on first with a high temp paste. So that way, when this side gets reflowed, I do it with low temp paste for 2 reasons. Firstly, so that way there's no chance that the RAM can shift on the bottom when it's reflowing, especially now that it's going through a conveyor belt, because it's basically sitting on the RAM. but also because of the inaccuracies I had with the 36VA and the even worse inaccuracies with the with this piece of crap, all the panels need rework after they're done. And because they need rework, I use low temp paste because the amount of heat I need to stick on the boards with high temp paste to rework so many of the boards potentially can damage the components, right? Components aren't really designed to reflow multiple times. So to do this top side on high temp and then have to put so much heat on them again to fix components it's just dangerous for the parts. It's more dangerous than ESD. Whoa, not that that exists. So the low temp paste I use is this. Chip quick, it's thermally stable, which means it sits out of the fridge. It just sits on the, I don't have to worry about taking in and out of the fridge. And then for the high temp paste I use a SAC 305, which has to be refrigerated. Well, if I could watch and exercise, the thumbs down. Was that Clifford? What? I might go, watch Kimmy's channel after this. Good fiction, so hard to find. Did you hint about secret project a few streams ago? It is still secret, yes. I was actually reviewing it the other day, just in Eagle again. I will share with everyone. I will, when I'm ready. I just don't have any headspace to work on it right now. SD mention, who are you and what have you done with the real Sion? Yeah. There's always a secret project. This is a big project though, and again, it might not go anywhere. I might, yeah, it's still not solved as a solution. I want to, my 10 seconds, only 10 seconds. Yeah, I will share with it. I'll share with the community what it is once I'm ready to. Yep. Okay. Trying to think what other news I've got. So this arrived. Two boxes, two reels of, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. No, the writing's too small. Is the writing too small? Can everyone see that? Maybe? No? These are 2000 ESP32 S2s. 2000. What are they for? They're for my Pro S2 and my Feather S2. Which I was hoping to go into production soon, but not on this machine. There's no way in the world I will put my Pro S2 or Feather S2 on this machine. I can't, because there are twice as many components as my tiny Pico. Where is a tiny Pico? So there's, and this is not the final Pro S2, but I mean there are twice as many parts. So that means there are twice as many chances that, twice as many things I'm going to have to flip on here compared to here. And I'm just not doing it. I'm not going to do it. Right? If it throws away my Pico D4s, and it throws away my RAM when I'm doing my RAM on the other side of the board, there's not one part on this board that this machine can pick and place reliably. Not one. Maybe my USB connectors, because they're heavy enough. I don't know. So yeah, it's just not going to happen. I'm just not pick and placing on this machine. Yeah, my not secret project isn't secret. I know. Yes, you should definitely compete, Paul. Do it. I mean, news on them. Reflow Masters for this. Well, Reflow Masters are back in stock. Yay. The ones that I was building last week. I finished them off the next day. And so they're back in stock. I've sold a bunch, but I've still got some left. I'll get back on the Reflow Master Pro as soon as I'm back in production, as soon as I sold my production. And yeah, and I want to get back onto my Feather S2, my Pro S2, and I've got some other S2 ideas that I'd really like to explore. Oh, okay. Something else to show you. Some of my patrons know, but I got my test boards back from JLC PCB. Ready for another disappointment? My boards to go on my multi-board test jig for the Nanos, and they destroyed them. I don't know what else to tell you. So these slots, does that need focus? So these slots that they made are just crap. They're supposed to be 0.8 millimeters wide, and they're 1.1 to 1.2 millimeters wide, and they're not straight. It's really hard to see. They're not straight. Like they were done by hand, and every board's different. And some of the boards, like here, they've chewed right into the pinholes, into the plating of the pinholes. Like they like in here, look, it's broken through. Like there's a hole. That's all open. There's no FR4 between those. Like they just destroyed the boards. So I can't use these. Like they got some drunk monkey to route them. Anyway, so like I've got these ready to go. I had these and I got these, and I was going to do a jig for them to solder these up so I could finish this and test it, and I can't because these are just, yeah. They were supposed to be the same as the ones for the USB. These little holes here, but longer, and that's what they gave me. So yeah, just disappointment after disappointment. But a drunk monkey. It's a lot of time soldering those pins. Haven't done a proper costing, but unlikely to be viable. Yeah, they're going to be tricky to do. Tricky to do. That's why I want to do a jig. But there's no way these slots can hold them still. Like these slots, they're useless. Right, I don't think I could plug... Even if I got them in and almost aligned, the fact that the slots can't hold the pins still, it's going to... yeah, it's not going to be usable. So they need to get remade now. Someone asked what a Reflow Master is. Did I miss that? What is the Reflow Master? Reflow Master is a controller for a toaster oven. You can control your toaster oven to reflow surface mount stuff. And I also print nice little cases that they go in. Ooh, it's a black one. So that's another one to go out. JLC PCB, yeah, they'll refund me or remake them. I feel like I didn't want to get them to remake them, but I have no choice. Like at the start, I just thought to myself, you know what, just refund me or get them made somewhere else. I don't know. I don't. Anyway. JLC PCB are getting harder to get them to refund. It's getting harder to get them to take responsibility. They're pushing back a lot now compared to what they used to. I told Sion it would be the next thing for him to make. I feel like an oracle. What would be the next thing for me to make? Oh, a better breadboard power supply. Yeah, you did mention that, David. Yes. There's a few people that are working on that, though. There's quite a few you can buy. Yeah, look, PCBWay, I could get them to make it. Hey, Ruggers Customs, you had a problem with the JLC PCB as well? Look, I mean, they churn over thousands of boards a day, right? I mean, there's bound to be issues. Can they be cut in a laser? No, my laser can't cut FR4. You need a, there's no CO2 laser that, I don't think, like even a, yeah, you need a a fiber laser or something to be able to cut FR4. PCBWay are great. I used to use them at the start before I moved to JLC PCB, and generally JLC PCB are good, especially with the 2-layer stuff, right? How much is a Reflow master with a 3D printed case? $98 US through Tindy. That's with a case, and cases come in any color. Or they come in black, red, blue, orange, and grey. Yeah, black, red, blue, orange, grey. I don't think I'm doing white or green. Yep. Is that even with JSC spec? Looks very narrow. Well, the between slots is because they stuffed up the milling. They put the wrong mill bit in. It is. It's 0.8 mil. I mean, they did 0.8 mil on my USB pads. The slots on the USB are 0.8 mil, and they're perfect. And they didn't do the... all those other slots were supposed to be 0.8 mil. The guy, apparently, they apologised. The guy used the wrong drill bit. The mill bit. Okay, great. They used a 1mm bit, but they're not straight. So they're thicker, and it's just, yeah, like, I don't know how they did them. I don't know what they were doing. But I don't know how they could have milled them on a machine and not had them, like, and they're curved. They're like this. Whoop. Yeah, they're like that. They're this shape, right? Where it's a really big hole here, like 1.2 millimeters wide here, and then 1.1 millimeters down here, and then they cut into each other. Crazy. Yeah, I'm still using JLC PCB. Like it's yeah, it was just disappointing. It just happened at a bad time. You know, waiting ages to finally get this done. I've got people that are waiting for nanos. I've got nanos sitting here, but I can't sell them. I can't make them and sell them because I can't test them. I need to test them. And the thing I was waiting for to be able to test them was these, and these are useless. And now I'm waiting again. Hey, Cran. So there's a lot of disappointment in my life right now. A lot of disappointment. Yeah, I hope to get to a point in time where there's less disappointment. Where I have a new working pick and place machine that's reliable, and I have all of my production under control, and I don't have to make so many things at a time. Elaine's great. She's really nice. I chat with her all the time. She's still trying to get me to do sponsorship with PCBWay. I don't do sponsorship with anyone. Maybe I should. Yeah, I'm happy to have some boring life for a change. That'd be nice. I would, you know, having some really average boring for a couple of months just to get myself back into a good headspace would be really nice. I'm okay with that. I can do boring. I really can. It might not look like I don't want this drama in my life. Like, it might look like I get off on all this drama. I really don't. I just have so much of it right now. I'd really like just a quieter... I'd like to be able to share projects I'm working on. I'd like to be able to say, hey, look what I made. Look what I've done. Look at this. That's what I'd like to do. Not, oh, look how many problems I had now. Like, I don't want to do that. I really don't want to. I know that looks like that's all I am these days. And it is all I am these days. But that's not... It's not my aim in life. I didn't decide I wanted to grow up and be the guy that has to complain about everything. Really. Just saying hi, wishing you better luck. Thanks, Graham. Hey, Graham. Thanks. Yeah. And my rant videos on other sharing platforms. Yeah, I heard about that. I watched Dave's video yesterday. Thanks, Rob. Thanks, mate. Why am I not viewing live chat? No, it says top chat in my video feed because that's all I can do in there. But my chat I'm actually reading is live chat. So I am seeing all the chat. Unexpected grumbler. Or expected grumbler. Hey, the hookup. PCBWay sponsorship pretty hands off. Yeah, I know it is. I know it absolutely is. And I've had discussions with many people. Like Brian and I speak about it all the time. There's no reason why I shouldn't take sponsorship from them or from anyone. Like, no reason at all other than I feel like I'm a bit of a sellout. That's all. that's just me. Like, yeah. Like, I feel like YouTube is a place I share my stuff. My aim is to build a sustainable business out of what I'm doing. And if I need sponsorship to make that sustainable, I feel like then my business isn't working. And my business isn't working at all right now, let's face it, because I can't even ship stuff properly. But anyway. Wow, look up, that's interesting. Really? Yeah, it does feel like that YouTube just aren't doing the right thing by a lot of people. And they keep hiding behind their algorithm, I think. Take a family vacation. We're in lockdown. There's no vacation. We're not even allowed to go on a vacation to the park. I can't even take my kids to the park. I can't even take my kids outside into the street. So, yeah, there's no vacation time. That's not happening. You have a bag of rapid set concrete. That's funny, Alan. Very funny. Where'd you hear about the new change YouTube are making to mid-rolls? Yeah, I heard. What's the change they're making? Are they forcing them on? What's happening with mid-rolls? I don't know. I guess sponsorship can be part of the business model. I guess. I don't know. Look, maybe. Right, so they have been auto-enabling. Right, okay, because like I've been joking with Mr. Watts about it, because like his last couple of videos, I've been getting pumped with ads. Like I watched his last Pride Flag video, and I got ads during the video 7 times. Like, that was just crazy. And probably 6 of the 7 times, they were unskippable. And so, yeah, like, that's a lot of ads. Like, they're really pushing that. Yeah. Like, and I said to Dave, I hope you're making money off it. Like, I hope you're getting something from it. Like, it's terrible. Yeah. Look, I'll be honest, like, the amount of money I make from YouTube is negligible, right? And so, if I thought that it wouldn't affect the algorithm, I probably would have turned ads off. You know, I don't make enough money off them to justify having them on, other than they say it doesn't affect the algorithm, but I think everyone's proven that it does affect the algorithm, right? By not having monetization on. So, honestly, that's the only reason it's on. Like, otherwise I probably wouldn't do it. Yeah, I mean, I don't see YouTube at all as a money-making thing for me. So, I guess that's why I don't look at sponsorship on it. I guess, I don't know. I had 12 ads in a 7-minute video last week. Now I have ad block on it all the time. Yeah, that's crazy. That's what they're forcing people to do, right? Is turn ad blocker on. So I meant David, Mr. David Watts, but I call him Dave sometimes, and we've spoken about that, and he's okay. The slip of the tongue. I know I'm allowed to call you David, Mr. Dave Darko. I know that. So that's yeah. Mid-rolls help your video in the algorithm, so you're better off manually placing one mid-roll. Right, but placing lots of mid-rolls, or having them automatically turned on like that? Yeah, it's a shame. I feel like they're destroying their own platform. Catch you later, Nick. Thanks for joining. And does YouTube have ads? Then channels do sponsor ads, and soon it'll be all ads. I understand for the channels that are doing it for a living, right? That is their income stream, and then, you know, they're trying to build something sustainable. I got no problems there. I got no problems watching ads. I got no problems having ads run. I'll even, if it's a short ad, I'll let it run through. I won't even skip it, honestly, because it doesn't affect me. You know, I come from a space where I used to make games, and games had ads in them, and that was a revenue stream for me. And I won't deny other people that have that as a revenue stream for them. That's just my choice, right? But it's different when the content creator is turning ads on, and there's one at the start or one or two at the start, whatever, and even one in the middle. You know, even if they're non-skippable, they don't have a choice on that. It's when YouTube start inserting more and more and more ads without even the creator doing it, that I feel like that's over the top. That's pretty crazy. Apparently, if you watch the ads, they actually show you more ads as they know you're happy to watch them. But that's okay, because the creator benefits from that, right? And you know, I think that's okay. Like, it's no big deal. It's no lost time for me. Like, really, if I'm watching something and a 15-second ad comes up or a 20-second ad comes up that's unskippable, it's 20 seconds. It's no big deal. I don't have to watch it. And if it's interesting, I'll watch it. You know, will I interact with it? Probably not. Have I interacted with ads I've seen? I have, for sure. Not many, but I have. Hey, Charles. What did I just miss? Sorry, there's just chat going through. Need an Iron 6 reflow oven. I don't know what that was about. The 45-minute episode ads are weird. Yeah, on a 10-minute video, 25% ads. Like, that's crazy. That's YouTube going too far. Way too far. Mike also identifies as Dave. Do you, Mike? 5-minute long ads. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what that's about. I haven't seen super long ads. I've seen a couple of like 45-second ads that have come up that have been unskippable, and that's been a bit annoying because they haven't even been on topic at all. Like, not even close to the topic of the content I was watching. Yeah. I solved the shutter speed issue on my Charmhigh machine, but also had to remove and entirely re-machine the mount and feeders to sit on. Wow. Hey, the Maker's Workshop. Really? Remachine the mount and feeders, the mount that the feeders sit on. Yeah, like a few people have told me that the mount is wrong, and you know, a couple of companies offered to remake the mounts for me, but Charmhigh still won't agree that there's anything wrong with the machine. You know, like, I got other feeders. I bought feeders from Neodin, and they're different feeders, clearly different feeders, and they don't fit on the machine properly either. They're loose. Like, the machine's faulty. It's faulty, without a doubt. And yeah, Charmhigh just won't admit it. They just won't admit it. So yeah. And the fact that you had to do any work on your pick and place machine to make it work is just nuts. And they think that's acceptable. They think that that me modifying this machine like I have and spending $1,500 on air stuff, right? Could I have got it cheaper if I would have bought stuff from eBay and Amazon? Maybe, but I didn't have time. I needed a solution then and there, right? If like, they think that what I did this machine to get it working is acceptable. They think, okay, well, you got it working. Well, firstly, I haven't. I've reduced the issue. I haven't got rid of it. Still no message from Charmhigh, even with no reflecting on that. No, I've heard from Charmhigh. I had a whole discussion about it. A lot more deceit from Charmhigh, and I want a refund, and they won't refund, and they're saying everything they can, including blaming me, but they won't refund me. And so I'm going to basically make them... I want them to lose as much business as possible. I'm asking everyone to boycott them, and I'm asking everyone to tell everyone they know to boycott them. And that's going to be my message for the next... While I have to suffer with this until they give me a refund, that's going to be my message. If they want me to stop asking people to boycott them, then they can give me a refund. If they think that they can't afford to give me a refund, then and they can afford to lose business, well, that's on them. That sounds pretty stupid to me. But fine, if they want to lose 10 times more business than what it's going to cost them to refund me, okay, I'll keep making that happen if I can. I'll just send you a new mount. I've got 3 that I machined. You're welcome one of them. Issues, and I think that what you've gone through sucks. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you. Can you hit me up offline? Just see on at unexpectedmaker.com. Hit me up. We'll have a chat. Don't send me anything yet, because I really don't want to keep this machine. It's a piece of crap. Like, it really is. What other modifications to the toaster oven are needed for the Reflow Master to work properly? Just none. Just the Reflow Master and an SSR is all you need to provide. It's up to you how you want to wire it in, whether you want to intercept the main power or the elements, but it depends. So with the toaster oven, like if you want to reflow high temp paste, thank you, Frank. Thanks very much. I really appreciate it. If you want to, like, you're gonna have to modify a toaster oven massively to get it to reliably reflow high temp paste, because a toaster oven can't ramp up fast enough to do that, right? Doesn't matter what control you put on it. It's a physical limitation of the elements in a toaster oven, right? Low temp, medium temp paste, 187 degrees or 140 degree paste, no problem. Most toaster ovens, if it's 4 elements, can do it. But if you want to do high temp paste, you're gonna have to mod it. So people like Monster Mark have modded their. Did you mod yours? I know someone, like a few people have stuck extra elements inside their oven to be able to get them to ramp really quickly. So that's just a matter of buying an element off Amazon and sticking it in there. How is your hair so neat during lockdown? Yeah, well, that's the problem. I've got a hairdressing appointment next week, but I don't know if I can go. I don't know if he's going to be open. How's it so neat? It's full of stuff. And let's face it, I'm probably losing it all. So I won't have to worry about my hair for too much longer. We spent about $1,000 fixing the machine and agree next time I'm just going to spring for a used pick and place machine. Yeah, I wish there was more of a market of used pick and places in Australia, but there really isn't. There's never been a massive manufacturing industry here, and so there's not a lot of spare or second-hand machines. Play the long game. I'm trying to play the long game. It's frustrating sometimes. I'm going to hang in there, Frank. Thank you. I appreciate it. I will. I had a haircut today. Not sure if you noticed. I did yesterday. Mark and I were chatting on a video call yesterday, and yes, your beard looked a bit unruly. I thought maybe that's the look you were going for. What's full of D4s? My carpet. Yes, it is. I saw on Twitter the Greek Devil has routed an ESP32 board, very tiny. Yeah, he's made it's an itsy bitsy form factor. So I've actually got an itsy bitsy form factor design that's mostly finished here as well. I did that quite a while ago. There's about 3 other S2 designs that I've made. The thing is, these are all designs that Adafruit are going to make anyway. And so I decided to just do my Feather S2 version for now because it's the largest ecosystem that they've got. I feel like going and making a version of every board that Adafruit make, every form factor that Adafruit make, is kind of a pointless process. Although, yeah, I mean, if Greg ends up routing his board, that's great. Yeah, he likes a good challenge, and the board looks pretty cool. I use a PID industrial control and have 10 elements, 800 watts each. Yeah, that's pretty full on. It's a bitsy teeny weeny yellow pick and place machinery. Yeah, not quite. Make an iOS game where you smash a Charmhigh to bits, like the scene in Office Space. I want to smash this to bits. Like I offered, as I said, if they don't want to send it back, hey Yaz, if they don't want to send it back, I'll destroy it for them. I'll gladly destroy it on video for the world to see. How cool would that be? How cool would that be? I'd love to. I might do it anyway. If I end up buying a pick and place machine, another one anyway, and they won't do the right thing with this machine, I told you, I'll do 2 things. I will destroy the crap out of this machine on video, and I will forever champion people to not buy a Charmhigh. Don't consider a Charmhigh. Don't do it. Don't do it. Uni Wollongong has used Samsung pick and place. What? Bitfire, the machine would fit around the size of a desk, 1 meter. How would you even find that they had one? I mean, I've done the usual second-hand dealers here. Donate it to a school or a hobby club. Yeah, I thought about that. But, we'll see. I'd also like to destroy it. I know that sounds really wasteful. But I feel like it's doing its best effort to try to destroy me right now. Or maybe I'd pull it apart and see if I can build something better out of it. I don't know, but I can't do that without another pick and place machine. Yeah, I want to inflict the same amount of pain it's inflicting on me. Hard to donate something that your public has said is crap. Yeah, that's the other thing as well. Like I can donate it to a makerspace, and what are they going to do with it? Struggle with it? Well, I guess they could use it for parts. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'd want to get this in a better state before I'd hand it over to anyone that would want to use it. And if I was able to do that, I'd already have it in a better state. Like, if it was possible for me to make this better, I would have made it better, right? And as I said, maybe the electric feeders will improve it 60%, maybe. But I don't want a 60% pick and place machine. I want 100% one. Yeah, sometimes a childish revenge is a quick response. Can it be turned into a stretching machine? Asking for a friend. Yeah. So are you New South Wales based? The Makers Workshop. Have we spoken before? I think we might have. I don't know. Give it to Flynn to take apart. Introduce your worst enemy to a pick and place. No, I wouldn't even do that to my worst enemy. Right, we've spoken before, but you're not local. Right, okay, yeah, that's the confusion. I thought, how could you be local? How could I have not remembered you were local? Yeah, okay, sorry. So what's been great, what's absolutely been great, is the community trying to help. Like, the number of comments on videos and support I've been getting from people is just outstanding. Like, really, really outstanding. I can't thank you all enough. Like, it's been really amazing. And I should be thanking you all way more often. There's been way more communication than I've been able to deal with, honestly. So I apologise if there's anyone that I haven't replied to, or haven't emailed, or haven't commented on. I can't reply to every comment on YouTube. There's just way too many of them. So yeah, but the community have been fantastic with people trying to help solve this. What, you've got an S1 as well? No, you're just, wait. No. Wait, hang on. To be honest, the S1 is going to be an Albatross. So I'm confused. You've got an S1 as well? Right. That's how we were talking. Okay. Yeah, look, on paper the S1 was great, but clearly not great enough because they're not selling it anymore. And the truth is, whatever I buy next has to be something that it's going to future-proof me. So it needs to be able to do the capabilities I need, the speed I need, the reliability I need. And look, people keep telling me I'm never going to get that from a Chinese pick and place machine. I don't know. I'm not convinced I'll never get that from a Chinese pick and place machine. Yeah, I know. The problem, again, for me with getting a second-hand Samsung or Juki or something is, how do I maintain it? How do I look after it? How do I, I'm going to have to pay someone Catch a shack. See you later. Yeah. Plus the issue of getting it here, and you know, and depending on the feeders it come with, and I need some. If I'm going to buy something else, I want it to be able to do 0201 reliably. Yeah, look, the higher end KO machines apparently are great, but they're pricey. You know, the A8L, which is what I'd be looking at for KO, is, you know, $17,000 just for the machine, no feeders, plus shipping. Like, it's a lot of money. So, you know, USD 17, you know, 25,000 Australian dollars just for the machine, plus shipping with no feeders. You know, it's a, yeah. So it's the same price range as the N8, but with the N8, I'll buy it from a local distributor, right? I'd buy it from EM Logic, and so I have local support, and Neoden have already proven to me that they're willing to work with me and be open with me, right? I've got direct communication with them, and they've already shown me that they'll do the right thing, right? So that as a combination to me sounds great. Found your next building custom open pin kits. I don't think there's a market for pick and place machine, like, you know what I mean? It's a really hard problem to solve. What does Neoden think of all this? Neoden are scared. Neoden are scared of me. Hey Colin, I'll be honest with you, Neoden are scared. They're not sure they want to sell me an N8 because they've always been worried about my reaction if there's a problem. Like, look what's happened with Charmhigh. I get that, right? I get it. But the difference is, though I'm complaining about the quality of this machine, my issue with Charmhigh is they won't take any responsibility for it, right? They'll call me a liar. They'll lie to me. They'll be deceitful. They'll manipulate and stall and try to manipulate the outcome to their best options, meanwhile not acknowledging the crap machine or the way they're affecting me and what they're doing to me, right? Which is the complete opposite to what Neoden did. Neoden did whatever they could to try to solve the problem, right? That they didn't put conditions on sending stuff to me to try to fix it. They didn't tell me to break my feeders, to cut and bend metal on my feeders to fix it. Hey Colin, did I say hi? Oh, 2 Collins have popped in. Yay! Right? Neoden tried to solve the problem. Neoden said, okay, there's a problem with this, let's send you a new one. As in, there's a problem with this camera, let's send a new camera. We think it's a camera, we'll send you a new camera. Right? No, Charmhigh aren't doing that. Charmhigh aren't saying, oh, there's a problem with the machine, let's send you this new part. No, they're saying there's nothing wrong with the machine. It's all me. Nothing wrong with it. And that's the issue I've got. I have an issue with Charmhigh. They're dodgy, they're shady, they're manipulative, they're deceitful. And the company themselves are hiding behind their agent. They're putting their agent up as a shield. And they're forcing her to not do what I ask. And like, she's in a terrible situation, for sure, but she's also saying and doing the most terrible things. Like, Neoden is Chinese, yes. But they're a Chinese company that don't want the Chinese reputation. You know what I mean? Like, they're a Chinese company that want to be treated like a non-Chinese company. You know what I mean? Like, they're putting customer service first. They're putting, you know, they're putting their customers first. Like, I mean, here's the thing, right? Again, I'm not going to go into details. They've stopped selling the S1. Clearly, they've stopped selling it because there's a problem. Now, if this was Charmhigh, they'd just keep selling it. You know? Because once the customer's got it, well, bad luck. That would be a Charmhigh thing to do. Right? Like, Charmhigh knew that these feeders weren't going to work properly on this machine for me, and they sold them to me anyway. And then when I said, hey, these don't work, they go, okay, give me $10,000 for electric feeders. I mean, that is just bad tactics, bad sales tactics, right? Where Neoden have said, we've invested, I don't know how much money. You can only imagine how much money they've invested on the S1, right? And it's not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not matching customers' expectations, so let's not sell it. Doesn't matter what we spent on it, let's not sell it. Right? I mean, that is huge. For a company to go, yep, there's a problem with this machine, it's not meeting customers' expectations, so stop. Don't give them to customers. Let's not do this to the customers, right? Like, that is huge. For any company, let alone a Chinese company. But what did Charmhigh do? Nope. Sell it anyway. And then let the customer suffer through and work it out themselves. It's okay that we can sell something that doesn't work. Maybe we'll help the customer mangle it to fix it. Maybe we won't, but big deal. Customer's problem. Gone. Would they overhaul the model? Who, Neoden? I can't really talk about it. Sorry. Beyond that, Michael, I'm sorry. I wish I could. Catch you, Brian. Thanks for joining, mate. I appreciate it. If you get a Neoden, I promise you will likely follow. I will likely follow suit. Yeah. I just need a machine that's. You know what? I used to say I'll take reliable over fast. I'd like both, but it's got to be reliable first, right? If it's reliable, then you can make it fast. You can't make something that's fast or not fast reliable if it's not reliable. Everything is in place other than the feeders. Unfortunately, the poor sod is running out of options. Oh wait, what's in that in reply to? What's 0? Not to mention, it was a production machine, not a hobbyist model. Yeah, well, this is not the... What are we talking about? Which machine are we talking about now? I don't know. Yeah, look, I don't want a pick and place project. Like, I'm intrigued mechanically by them. Like, I look at this machine and I see so much wrong with it. Simple things that they can fix, like the cheap, crappy homing they do. Their software's terrible. It's buggy. There are the obvious usability features that no one's ever thought about. I tell you what, Charmhigh. I tell you what. If you're still listening, which you're probably not, because you never really do anyway. Here's some. Mark, thank you. This should get a few teasers for Yuz. Teasers or Maltesers? I've got a... Here we go. Charmhigh, if you're listening, send me 36 electric feeders for free and give me the source code for your software so I can fix your software, so I can fix all the crap, so I can actually make it usable and, user-friendly. There you go. There's a deal for you. Full source code for your software and 36 electric feeders, and I will let this finish. There you go. That's my best offer. But it wouldn't be a project as such. All the mechanics are in place. I wouldn't want to build a pick and place machine off this machine. Like, this needs so much work, it's not funny. Throw in a fortune cookie. Unless you give it... Oh, no, I wouldn't give the fix back to them. No. I'll fix it and I'll share it with other people that have the machine, but I wouldn't give it back to them. No. Not a chance. Right. Now, of course it won't happen. They'll never give me their software. They think it's one of their best things. It's crap. Like it's so they've got this automatic homing system, right? That is terrible, by the way, to set up. It's totally unintuitive. Doesn't make any sense. But it kind of works. Except here's the thing: it only works on the first part of the first panel when you start a job. It does its auto calibration, right? And then from then onwards, it doesn't work. Or if you need to step through your board to check that all the parts are good first before you do it, it doesn't do the auto calibration, which means that your board's not calibrated, which means the parts are going to be in the wrong spot. Good. I hope Neoden get business out of this. I really do. Their N4 the Neoden 4 is a great starting out machine. It's not for me. It's I need a lot more flexibility and what's the word? I've got too many boards and too many parts I use for their feeder system on the N4. But if for a startup company, like someone that's looking at the smaller range Charmhigh type machines as being good enough to start with, like the 48VB, I would recommend getting a Neoden 4 instead, because it's much better feeders than the 48, and it's got better vision, and it's got conveyor belt, and it's just a better machine. Get yourself a nice Tuies and a packet of crisps. Thanks, Makers Workshop. Appreciate that, mate. Sell the fix back to them. They'll never pay me. They'll never do it. Do they have more upmarket one that would work for you? Hey, Annabella. Who, Charmhigh or Neoden? Neoden do, absolutely. Their Neoden 8 is the machine I'd be looking at. That's their flagship product. But it's brand new. How do you clean PCB with chip click no clean solder paste? I use an ultrasonic cleaner, but you can use IPA or use something like this. This is what I use. Going to be too shiny. Here we go. Deflux it. Flux remover from Cleanium. This is a proper cleaning solution. IPA can leave debris. But yeah, the or ultrasonic cleaner. I use that. So the Neoden 8 again is going to cost me $25,000 just for the machine plus feeders. But the good thing about the Neoden 8 is it can use pneumatic and electric feeders, as in good electric feeders, not the crap ones from Charmhigh. So, and I'll tell you what I use an ultrasonic cleaner in a moment. Hold on. So what's great about that is I don't need electric feeders for my larger components, right? Because the large electric feeders are really expensive. You know, like, wow. But I don't need that. Pneumatic is fine for all of my 12mm and above. And pneumatic is also fine for things like 0805 size components and large stuff. Pneumatic should be fine for things like SOT 23s and ICs and stuff. No problem. It's only electric feeders should only be needed for really small parts, like not even 0603, but let's say 0603 or 402 or 201 and little bits, right? So with the Neoden 8, I can have a mix of pneumatic and electric, which is great. So I'm not locked in, and it's the same with the higher end KO. The A8L is the only one that does electric as well. You can use electric or pneumatic. So that's the direction I'd probably go for. That way I can buy a minimum amount of electric feeders and do the rest with pneumatic. And any parts that I have any issues with that isn't quite as good on the pneumatic, I can then get electric feeders for as I need them, rather than going out and buying a whole bunch at the start. Yeah, the A8L has electric. The 6L doesn't support electric, the A6 or the A4, which is a problem because the A8L is more expensive in the end than what the Neoden is. And again, I'd be buying the Neoden from a local distributor. Yeah, I'm looking about 30. I worked out 33,000 for the Neoden N8, with the minimum amount of electric feeders that I could use, anywhere up to maybe 37 if I had to buy more electric feeders. But that's on me. That's my choice, right? And but it gives me the flexibility of going 0201. It gives me an 8 pickup head, super fast machine, much better vision system. You know, full conveyor line. Now that my IN6 is working, it can go N8 all the way through to my reflow oven without me having to touch it, right? So let me get my, hang on. This is what I use in my ultrasonic cleaner. We're going to get the lighting right. Maybe, there we go. Cleanium, printed circuit board. So this is what I use. This is water soluble, and I don't like using IPA in the ultrasonic cleaner because it leaves debris still. So, Castrol GTX, haha. Time for bed, not all. Catch you later, Clifford. Thanks for joining. Thank you. How was the freight packaging of the IN6 compared to the S1 you had? As it was, no, the IN6 was also a demo model. Both were demo models from EM Logic. But the packaging was fine. I mean, they came with as new packaging, right? I mean, EM Logic kept all the packaging, you know, in pristine condition, and that's how it was sent to me. Hey, Jason. Catch you later, Dave. Yes, I know it's late for many of you. I'm going to wind up soon because I have to go back to fighting with the pick and place machine soon. Yeah, a full conveyor. Catch you later, Steve. Still at gate. Stay safe too, mate. Sound like you bought a car without driving in it first. Well, how can I possibly buy a car from China and drive in it first before I buy it? I mean, there's got to be a minimum a minimum assumption that what I'm using now for reflow. I'm using my IN6 now. I was using a T962A, and I was using my own Reflow Master in my toaster oven, but all my toaster ovens are in pieces on the floor because I've got no desk space because the IN6 is on there right now. I'm kind of out of room in here. Never buy a car at night in the rain. So yeah, I'm using the IN6 now, which is a conveyor, and it's a Neoden. What's great about it is it's inside the office. It's got no extraction fans, and the smell that comes out of it is like 10% of what my other oven does in terms of smell. Yeah, Yuz, actually, you did, didn't you, Yuz? Your Corolla you bought without driving it. That was pre-Sion, but yeah. But like, I like, if this pick and place, if this Charmhigh had a conveyor, I could never use it, right? Because there is no way I could ever let a board from this machine go into an oven without checking it first. Like, the results from this board is disastrous. Have you seen user reviews of the N8? The US website is asking for the first review. Yeah, it's a brand new machine, so that's the other thing. Toyota Corona. I'll tell you why the smell is so much less in a second. So that's the problem with the N8. That's my only concern, is it's a brand new machine. It's only been around, like, they've only been making it and selling it for like a couple of months now. I mean, it's been around for a bit longer. They've had it out to some beta testers and tuning it, whatever. But it's a new machine. So there are very few people that have them right now. There are people buying them and getting them, and it's going to take some time before those people start potentially reviewing them. But the type of people that buy the N8 aren't the type of people that have YouTube channels that do video reviews of their pick and place machine, right? I mean, it's a higher end machine that goes into production and those people aren't making YouTube videos. So it's going to be hard to find good user reviews of the machine that aren't just snippets of video of stuff being built, if that makes sense, right? So the reason the IN6 doesn't smell is because it's got full filtration inside the machine. So I'll try to just do this quickly. I'll talk loudly if I can. I don't know if you can still hear me. So inside here, all this filtration has got, the first layer is PM50, a layer of PM50. Then it's got a layer of PM 0.3, PM 0.5, 2.5 and PM 10. And then it's got a layer of odor collector. And then it's got another layer of something. And then it goes out the top. Did everyone kind of hear that? Did that work? I hope that worked. Sounded fine? Okay, I was screaming. So, on top of the machine, there is 2 places for air extraction if you want to do it, but it's got all of that filtration in the machine. So, like, you know, can I still smell the high temp paste, which smells the worst? Sure, but I was working in my office without a face mask, right? When I use my T962A, which is outside in the garage with the door closed, even in here, I need to sit here with a face mask on because the smell is so bad, right? This machine, not even 10%. And the filters are replaceable. You can buy new filters for them. Still look small. Well, how big does it need to be? It's got 3 zones, 2 heaters in each zone, top and bottom. I mean, you know, I can't build panels fast enough to queue them up too much. It's a conveyor. It's constantly moving. So, you know, I could place a new board down on this every 35 seconds. Like, I'm pretty sure that's big enough and fast enough for me. What's Yuz in charge of buying? Yeah, I don't know how long that lasts. So the IN6 is it's about $6,000 with a stand. With the stand, stand's expensive. It's not quite the Apple stand, Apple monitor stand, but it's expensive stand. But yeah, it's about $6,000 or $7,000 Aussie delivered with the stand, which sounds like a lot of money, but it's pretty reasonably priced for a conveyor reflow oven. Especially one that firstly is single phase, so it doesn't need 3-phase, which is important because I don't have 3-phase here. And secondly, one that doesn't need air extraction. Catch you later at Maker's Workshop. Hit me up offline, please, like email or something, and we'll chat more. Or if you're on my Discord, we'll keep chatting. Maybe we already are chatting, as I said. I don't know. Yeah, what are you asking, Jason? You said, I'm sure it's been asked. So anyone who owns the same P&P provided genuine feedback. Which one? Of the 560 or the Neoden? Oh, Yaz is definitely in charge of Maltesers and chair of the Pick and Place committee. I don't know anyone that's got this machine that hasn't had issues with it, but nowhere near the issues I've got. I will share the Discord unless someone else gets to it before me. Everyone is welcome to join the Discord. There's a stack of really cool people there. Pretty much every single one of them cooler than me. Here it is. Catch you, Alan. Chat with you soon. Oh, Fred's gone too. Catch you later, Fred. I know people are dropping off now because it's getting really late. I can see the numbers going down. That's okay. Did you publish the design of your stencil holder unit? My old stencil holder unit, I didn't. I'm not even using it anymore. I honestly have just gone back to stencils on card. It's yeah, it's honestly the best way. If you're using non-frame stencils, this is the best way. So the problem I had with my stencil thing that I made, my 3D printed one, is that all the panels, and I'm sure this is not just a JLC thing, all the panels I get are different. Like, I'll get one batch of panels from JLC PCB, like 100 panels, and they've all been slightly routed differently around the edges, right? Which means they all need constant adjusting of the stencil on top. And because they need constant adjusting, I need to do that quickly. Like, if I'm going to do a run on the machine, I'll pre-paste 4, 6, or 8 panels at a time. And so I need to just paste, bang, paste, bang, paste, bang. And if I need to adjust the stencil, on the other thing that I made, it was too hard to keep adjusting it. So I went back to just using like that, and it's super quick. Hey, Marius. Yeah, still going, but going to wrap up soon because I really need to get back to production. Sadly, no, not in the mood for people today. Disappointed in humanity right now. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be tough next while. Tough most on Yuz more than me. I get to hide in here, right? I mean, my fights with my pick and place pale in comparison to what happens out there. Painkillers kicking in now. I'm off to sleep. Hope you're going to the dentist. Take care of it. You going, Jason? Catch you later. Bye, Kelsey. Take care. Ooh, camp. Awesome. Hope she had fun. Maybe Flynn needs a desk in my office. I don't know if there's any spare room. Is that what tooling holes are for? You to penalise yourself. So yeah, the tooling holes, you can get the holes etched into the stencil that line up with the panels. The problem with that is then you need a stencil, a way of getting the stencil in and off vertically, and the pins actually make that really hard. So I was experimenting with the idea. I actually got some early panels where these holes here, right, that JLC put on the panel, the same ones were etched into the stencil, and you can use the pins. So you put the board on the pins, and then you put the stencil on the pins, and it's perfectly aligned. Try getting the stencil off really quickly and really easily without smudging the board. Quite difficult. Very difficult. So, again, that was a challenge for me. And at the end of the day, I'm just fast and pretty accurate with that. Like, it's my best, for me, it's my best solution. Other people might have other experience, and I know that Marius is working on a automated stenciling machine, which is really cool. It's looking really good. He's posted some videos of that in my Discord, so go check it out. But he, yeah, I mean, I might look at something like that in the future, but that really needs, again, a framed stencil. And framed stencils are expensive, and they're massive. And, you know, to get a framed stencil this big for a panel this big just is... Because I don't want to make bigger panels. Right, the 15 boards on a panel is the right balance for me. Maybe one day, if I've got a faster, more reliable pick and place machine, and I know that I can reliably place 30 or 45 on a panel at once, then that's a different story. But like, there's no way I would trust this machine. The amount that this machine shifts and wrecks parts on the panel as it gets further away from the 0, mark is too big. It just makes a mess. Catch you, James. Okay, I'm going to wind this up. People are nodding off, which is fine. Don't blame you. It's super late for everyone. I need to start round 1. I'll go get my boxing gloves. And I'm not joking, I've got boxing gloves. I'm going to get my boxing gloves. I'm going to beat this machine in submission today. Hey, Christos. Good timing. I'm about to wind up, mate. I just never know what I'm going to get when I turn this machine on. So, I'll chat with you on Discord then, Christos, because I'm about to wind up. Yeah, boxing gloves. Like, that's what I feel like I do. I feel like I go into a fight and I never know who's going to win. Big apologies to Johnny Bergdahl. He didn't really feel like listening to a rant today. But he did anyway, so good on you, mate. Thanks. Last thing I'm going to say on the topic is please don't buy a Charmhigh. Don't do it. Don't give them the satisfaction. They don't deserve the business. If they come back to me and offer me something better, then I'll let everyone know gladly. Yeah, bad. Every time I go to talk to Yaz, every time I leave the room, it starts beeping with an error. And it's thrown parts everywhere. Every time, without a doubt. And she can hear it from beeping from inside the house. She'll say to me, see, on your machine's beeping. Catch you later, Helmet. Take care. I don't want to make a video of me wrestling the machine, Jay. Honestly, I don't want to share that. It's not pretty. And there's a lot of swearing that happens, so it's really not channel friendly. Yeah, no. Maybe one day I'll take some footage of what the board looks like when it comes off a machine. I don't know how expanded our kids' vocabulary. Oh, our kids have got the best subset of vocabulary ever. Don't you worry. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your listening today and all of your feedback. I really appreciate it. I don't know what I was going to say then. If anything changes, I'll let you all know. I might do a summary video again on Friday for all the people that don't want to watch my long streams. Yeah, I think I will. I'll do a summary. But yeah, take care, and I'll catch you all later. And thank you everyone that did a super chat. It was really awesome of you. Thank you. Okay. Bye.